Ja. Herzlich willkommen zu unserer 50. Ausgabe von Chat with Funky Space. Ja, ich freue mich sehr, euch hier wiederum begrüßen zu dürfen zu unserem 50. Jubiläum an meinem Wohnzimmertisch. Noch ist es bescheiden hier wie bisher und wir beide schätzen das sehr, dass wir das dürfen, dass wir bereits so viele Podcast-Folgen hier aufnehmen und registrieren durften und diese dann in die Welt hinaus schicken. Ich bin selbst heute sehr gespannt und wie immer neben mir sitzt meine liebe Kollegin Toni und noch, ja, möchte ich sie so ansprechen, um gleich weiterzugehen in die wahre Bezeichnung von Milady, weil ich spüre, sie ist schon ziemlich fortgeschritten in ihrer Einmittung. Ja, auch in ihrem Namen. Wir sind gespannt, was heute kommt und aus mir heraus gesprochen, die Umstände und die Zeitqualität im Augenblick. Wir schreiben heute den 11. August 2026. Es ist wie bebend. Morgen haben wir hier über Europa, sprich hier in der Schweiz, auch eine partielle Sonnenfinsternis zu verzeichnen, zu erleben. Und ja, hier in der Schweiz, wenn das Wetter so schön und klar bleibt, können wir ja das teilweise mitverfolgen, diese Sonnenfinsternis. Es ist allgemein im Augenblick weltweit, wirklich global, aber auch in der Menschheit so viel los. Ja, und darum ist so ein bisschen mein Anliegen auch nach Balance, nach Ausgleich. Vielleicht darf ich auch das Wort Heilung hier erwähnen. Nicht, dass wir etwas damit tun würden, aber eine heilsame Initiative, eine Idee von dem, was vonstatten geht im Augenblick hier auf diesem Globus, der so wie vibriert, ja genau, und diese Heilinitiative, dass wir davon mehr erfahren dürfen. Ja, ich heiße Sie ganz, ganz herzlich willkommen.
Hello World.
Unser Space Radio ist wieder da, entschuldigen Sie.
Hello World. Hello both ladies. Hello and welcome to something very special that thank you also that we can inform you, that we can talk to you, that you are listening, not everybody, but just to tell you in your world that so many people opened up, and have just a different knowledge and also a different understanding about frequency, about what is going on in the world. You are not looking cosmic or the universe. The energy in the universe is something abnormal. You are not looking, to what is happening in your world as abnormal. You know already that, some things are like together and understand what you should change in your world. Now, I want to start with something which is important to tell you, that what is happening now in the cosmic energy is like growing in information to go down to earth. It's like, opening, hearing to a radio station, and you get more information than normally. You get more information, and the informations are the same, but you hear it differently. This is what is really coming down or is just happening in the world. You are hearing the information differently. You are understanding the informations differently. You are connecting that information differently. You are not supposing, what we always told, the black and white. You start to understand it differently because you understand that things must be together and connected together, and it is a different logic as you understand in your world. You start to understand that. You start to open your eyes and your ears for that. And what I need to say as well, that right now, starting the day of tomorrow, which is really this eclipse, which will go in or will see partially in your world, will be like something very... I would say abnormal in the meaning, which is it's not every day, it's not every year, but it's abnormal, and it's the same abnormality which was going on also decades, millions of years ago. That's not something which is just, new and it since human beings are there. It was also already there before human beings or beings have been in the world, and it has the same significance in the power of it. And this is something that you can't understand because you don't know, let me say, the old, it's like you don't know the old history in and of the world and of the cosmic essence and the information, but it is the same, let me say, the same power of what happens about 4.5 million years ago. So this is something you can just imagine. You can just, but your history books are maybe saying, well, it was like that, and we know it, from the stones, from our researchers doing it there, and you understand it differently. But the cosmic intelligence from 4.5 million ago, you don't know it, and this cosmic intelligence had like a superpower going on at that time, and this is what will happen also now. It's already in the air, you feel it. It is a superpower. But what is superpower for you down on your earth? How you can understand a superpower? It's not like going then to the streets and telling you you are a superhuman being. As we told many times that the DNA will change from human beings. It will be a different world. Things are going on. This superpower includes all this cosmic information to renew the world. It renews, and renewing the world is not that you get different material to build up something. It gets different, let me say, frequency to go on also as human beings in your world, and to go on also with new information, and to go on and to let me say, new things coming down to earth. What we told also in the past sessions or episodes that you were registering, that meteorites are just coming down to earth, and these meteorites are out of balance of how the universe and the cosmic energy and the frequency worked. Now they are getting out, it's like wrenched out of their system. It's like on your earth, if something is not, you don't need it anymore, you just throw it away. And now the cosmic energy is like throwing away, let me say, these meteorites, these stones, which are, not helpful anymore, in the system. So where are they going, So they are just, let me say, going away, but they have to find a way to go somewhere. And some of them, and that's what I want to say with it, some of them are just really coming down to planet Earth. Planet Earth is the nearest one to just let them like how you say, it's not that you invite them to come to down to Earth, but it's like on their way, planet Earth is the nearest one where they just can show up.
Es ist wie eine Widerstandsreaktion, auch wenn sie auf diesem Planet Erde landen.
Yes, yes, it's like it's like or also a bird, you know, a bird is excuse me, it's flying. And if there is an obstacle in between, you know, the bird is flying anyway, but it just hits the obstacle. And the same thing is just with these meteorites. It hits planet Earth. And we talked about that. So what I want to say with that, you know, for your understanding, meteorites are like something dangerous. Yes, they can be dangerous, but they are also getting into a deep impact into planet Earth, that you get a new structure to planet Earth. You get new holes into planet Earth. You get new islands to planet Earth. You get new, let me say, lakes on planet Earth. You get just a different structure in your on planet Earth, but on the soil, you know, on the soil, the soil gets different. And when the soil gets different, you have also the possibility to change what is around, and it will change anyway. It will be a difference if you can live there with animals or only live as people over there, or you can't live there because you don't have too much oxygen, or you have water or you don't have water. So what it will start to implement, it's the living together as human beings and as population. So what I need and want to say with it starts that, you know, people have to arrange things differently because of what will happen now with it, you know.
Also dass diese Elementarreaktionen
but it's not something bad, because it brings also new ways of vegetation. It brings new ways of water. It brings it that you understand that globally the factor on what really right now is so seen and in frequency is the burning down of many things, of places, of cities, or of trees, of, you know, and with that, you know, you get like the resonance of what is afterwards. If something burns down, you need water, you need wood, you know, and so this is just like the cosmic intelligence which is just bringing it, but it brings it through meteorites, and it brings it through meteorites in different places. So it is not something bad, you know, but it's something that you have to value differently in your world. And this is something that understand that human beings are there as a population right now in your world, but also to understand that you have to continue a different way on planet Earth to go on with your lives.
Wir gucken da meist sehr kurzfristig darauf, auch in der Zeit. Und es dient uns ja nicht, wenn so ein Meteorit dann herunterkommt und da Zerstörung anrichtet. Auf den ersten Blick gesehen, es ist dasselbe wie mit den Naturkatastrophen, das Feuer, was wir jetzt kürzlich überall oder noch haben, diese Waldbrände, ist ja zerstörerisch, diese Urkraft, diese Elementarkraft. Und ja, auch kurzfristig geschaut, ist es die Zerstörung pur, aber langfristig geschaut, was das eben erschafft, die Möglichkeit auch spendet.
Yes, it is, you know, the renewing. It's the renewing of the forces, it's the renewing of what you have in your world. So right now you can see it and you talk about it in a way, excuse me, that it is like frightening you, but you need to understand it also the beneficial way on what it brings also to the next generation, to the next ongoing generations.
Welch fruchtbaren Boden.
Exactly, so you can see it and you can talk only because that's what you're doing on yours. You're talking about what is going on now, but you need to understand it also the different way. So you have also to act, differently.
Das zu lernen.
In the future.
Mit diesen Interventionen.
Yes.
And
to understand nature differently. And through this, let me say, evolving times ahead, I need really to say it, evolving times ahead, you need to understand that we talk many times also about electricity, about the blackouts, about, the travel facilities will be different. You need also to understand that the DNA will be different of people. So what has to do the DNA of a human being with what is happening, in the upcoming days? Let me say that we talk many times about frequency and gravity in the world.
Yeah.
As soon gravity changes, also human beings need to be adapted in their DNA to be elevated in their knowledge. So they don't go to school and say, well, my gravity was before, or the gravity of the world was that kind, now it's higher, now I need just to read a book about it. Wonderful. But you need to be adapted as a human being to survive also those upcoming periods. So it is the understanding on how, the world is going on, adapts your DNA in the world to go on. And this is evolution. This was happening always on planet Earth and also on different planets. It was the adaptation. So if you adapt, you continue. If you don't adapt, you will not continue.
Yeah.
And this is not something which you can really, and you don't have to dislike it in your world, because this is evolution. Evolution is just going ahead. And we talked about that, what you want on your planet Earth is just keep the old, and that will not work. The old is past. The old will just be knocked out with what is happening now. And you have to accept it, because there will be new generations in the world and they adapt a new let me say, they adapt the new informations, because the old ones are not there anymore for them. They are going with the new informations and with the new gravity and with the new surrounding. And it's not that you can say, well, but my company needs to bring out that amount of cars by the end of the year. So this kind of thinking will not be it's like not be able anymore to survive as it's an illusion. I need to be very clear in that it's an illusion, because through this, let me say, stormy weather in your world, things are getting different, that you have to connect to the informations to know how you can go on. So if you planted, for example, some fruits or you had a land which gives you very much on vegetation, it will be different, because for a period there will be no vegetation, and you need to understand where can be vegetation or take place. So you need to understand now the elements of the world and what's happening a different way, and to focus also differently, because you want to survive as humanity. Well, not all will survive, that's for sure. People are let me say, are coming and going in your world, and there will be less and less human beings. We talked also about that, and it's also because of that, because you need to understand where you are going with the, let me say, new formed nature. With the new formed nature, where you can put seeds, where you can put seeds, where you can live, where you can't live, and things will be different. And it will support human beings' life, but it will not support it like you had it until now. So you need to understand, the informations of gravity, of the informations of frequency, and what makes it with human beings. And we always told you also, in your opinion, building new things and just have this and this makes you happy, but it will be just also knocked out by a natural event, that it will be different. But see also the good in that, because it needs to be to be more, how I should say that, to be also comfortable for the upcoming generations.
Richtig, und das ist
And
in
this is
unserer
a
Natur
healing,
liegt.
yes, and this is a
Genau.
healing for what is going on in the world. So you don't have to look at it as something bad. It is a healing that it can be possible, and that also in the future human beings can survive and stay and be on the planet, but not with your ideas and focused in what you mean and say as how I should say that, as, or you communicate it as a company or as a business.
Yeah.
Business as usual is gone. Business as usual will be not there like you want it. So it's not, you have really to be adapted to that. And this is something you need to work now. It's like a working with nature, not against the nature. And that's what you have done as human beings. In the past years, you worked against nature, and now nature says, "Now I'm taking that rule, and I'm the first one, and that's my rule, or this is our rule, and you have to work with it. You have to be adapted and get adapted also with it." And that's what I want to say. The world is just changing in a very quick and very speedy time, so that when you think today on something, and this is something which I need to say, your thoughts are very below of what nature will change in the future. So if you want to change something, and it's already gone like 100, 200 years ago, it is that nature speeds up, and you need to go with this speedy up of nature. And this is something you as a human person, if you don't have the information, you can't do it. You can't do it. So it is not, and we talked, you just plant as many trees as you can, because a tree is something which needs time, and which needs also time to be, to get to an old tree. You need oxygen in the future, you need wood in the future, you need water in the future. This is the important thing, but you don't need, the way and lifestyle that you had until now, because it will be different, it will change.
Yeah.
And also energetically, you are talking too much about explore the world in new technology. It will not help to go through it. Technology is not that kind of technology that you have with your knowledge. This is important. It's the knowledge. You don't have the knowledge to be in the years upcoming.
Also zum einen bereiten Sie uns vor auf diese Veränderung, die ja schon stattfindet in der Natur, also auf der Erde, die aber auch quasi kosmisch, universell mit angetrieben wird. Das ist, ich nenne es hier einfach mal als eine Urkraft.
Yes.
Und dass sie uns da in diese Richtung immer wieder anschubsen, zu auch hinzudenken, also go with the flow, dieses nicht zu retardieren oder versuchen, etwas aufzuhalten oder zu erhalten, wie es wir bisher gehandhabt hatten, weil es nicht funktioniert. Und weil wir uns da einfach noch mehr Steine in den Weg damit setzen oder das eigene Grab damit schaufeln.
And technology is not the surviving point in your world.
Richtig, und das kommt dazu.
To understand that technology is just it's just like a play. It's like you're in the play mode in your world. Gaming. It's like a gaming in your world with something which you think that it will survive and get you into new dimension. But that will not be the case, because without frequency and without the knowledge of frequency and without being frequency, that's not working. Now you
So
can say,
ist,
well,
und das ist
we
die
are.
Technologie.
Yes, and this
Ja,
is something, you know, that it's important that you understand that. And this is like far away of your thoughts in your world.
Ja, im Augenblick. Ja,
And I
allerdings.
just need to say that, you know, you're just putting money into things which are not growing for the cosmic frequency. It's like, you know, it's like children when they play with a tool, you know, and one day it just breaks to apart, and it's broken, and you can't play with it again. And that's the same thing with everything which is technology, what you see as advanced in your world, but that will just break apart.
Eben, es ist nicht das Werkzeug, mit dem wir da dann Wunder vollbringen werden.
No, because
so wie wir richtig,
also.
aber so handhaben wir es im Augenblick und sehen dann drin natürlich eine Kraft, die uns von der Intelligenz wohl erhöhter ist, weil sie schneller rechnet, nicht denkt, sondern schneller rechnet und Kombinationen anbietet, und deshalb nennen wir es ja schon eine Intelligenz, eine Selbstlernende.
Yes, but you need to understand now as the gravity changes and frequency changes, it gets a mess. It gets a mess. And now it's not on what you wanted to be, and you're disappointed. And that's what I want to say, and that's why I'm coming to this point. It is that for upcoming years, you're disappointed about your own knowledge in technology because it will not work like you want it. And it will destroy more than it will be beneficial. So this is something you need to understand and you need to know. If you want to be disappointed in what you're doing and putting your forces, your money, your time in it, it will just disappear because it's not usable anymore, you know, because of this changement in frequency. It's not usable anymore. It's like, as I told you before, with this play tool, you know.
Ja. Richtig. Weil es reagiert ja komplett anders. Sprich, es wird zerstörerisch werden.
Well, and many things which you had until now will not be able that way, you know. And let me say, you think to go over that time, and you think to go already into the future of 20 or 30 years. But you need to understand, without the knowledge of frequency, you don't understand, because you have the knowledge of your let me say, Earth's vibration, and that will change extremely, and you need to know how much and when it will change, because it will change all the time. So if you you know, the valuation into something that way, it will change after 1 year or 2 years, and not everywhere at the same time and place. And if you don't understand this, you know that it's impossible, or this is a physical force, you know that it's impossible to fly somewhere if you don't understand that.
Ja, richtig. Vor allem, wenn wir das nicht inkludieren.
You don't understand why you don't have food for that many years, or you don't have animals at that place, because you need to understand the frequency on how things are working. So the world must be, let me say, more introduced into frequency. That's our work. That's your work. That's the work of Milady. That's the work of you sitting here. You need to understand and to capture the knowledge of that, and to be like introduced into something new. That's the future. It's not your technology.
Yeah.
And frequency are not technology of your knowledge in the world. You need to understand the frequency outside and in the cosmic and in the universe, to understand how it adapts also the situations on planet Earth. And this is really like a big wake-up call in your world, because it is like something you're not open to. It's something like,
how wir es nicht kennen.
Yes, exactly. How shall we do that? And how shall we do this, you know? And you need to understand, and you know it also, that on your world there were beings which were so adapted in a high frequenced level that they could build they had no technology, you know that. And this is coming back, but it's not coming back with your knowledge of what you have right now. And this is what I need to say again. It is starting now in this period. It starts now. We talk many times about that. The world is intelligence, but it's not intelligence from coming out from the people's brain or paper.
Ja, es ist eine viel größere Kraft als solche, eine Urschöpferkraft in dem Sinn.
And these frequencies are not, something to say, well, I just learned frequency at the university and afterwards I get a doctor title in your world. This is what your world is just, let me say, how you are seeing knowledge in your world. But this knowledge is much more higher. You need to be telepathic. That's what I want to say.
Erstens mal das, und es ist im Grunde genommen ein holistischer Ansatz, eine holistische Kraft, die sich permanent in sich ja auch reguliert, aber auch gleichzeitig in immer währendem Leben, sprich Bewegung ist.
Yes, I would really say it or explain it as it is like many turbines in your world going at the same time in a high speed through regions, persons.
Das ist das, was wir im Moment auf der Erde erleben.
Exactly, and
in Erdbeben, in Feuerbrünsten, in Wasser, in Fluten, in Taifun, in Vulkanausbrüchen, wir haben...
And it's transforming all the time.
Richtig, so, Felsstürze etc. Also das, was wirklich auf der Erde im Moment an Elementarschäden passiert.
And it speeds up. That's the thing. It speeds up, and this is something which you are not conform with. You are not prepared for it because it speeds up,
Richtig.
So this is what we want to say. Just
ich denke, wir denken nicht mal in diese Richtung, nicht mal im Ansatz.
No, because you need to know the frequency. You need to understand the frequency.
Eben, und daran mangelt es uns, und dann halten wir uns natürlich fest an Altem.
Yes, unfortunately, you need to be open because it gives also, and it brings and gives you chances and chances to understand and to get with it and to be and go on with it. But you need also to understand and to not ignore,
Richtig,
and some countries or some people or some governments or they want to ignore science. But it will just be a steady on now, and it goes so fast. This is what I want to say as well. It goes so fast. So, you need to, it's like, not go with the flow, but go with the frequency.
Richtig. Und wir sind ja im Grunde genommen schon mittendrin in dieser Geschwindigkeitserhöhung. So ist es. Und Sie sprechen immer davon oder immer wieder, dass sich diese Geschwindigkeit noch mehr erhöhen wird. Also da werden noch weitere Turbinen dazugeschaltet werden. Und diese ganze, ich sag mal, Spulenwirkung, um es physikalisch zu beschreiben, das ist ja enorm.
Yes, and you need, let me say, you need to understand, and this is like a very gift giving to you. You need to understand the universe and planet Earth as a together. And right now on your world, you are looking at the universe as something, the sky out there, the stars. You are not connecting the knowledge of the informations to your planet Earth. And this is a big failure. It is like you are handling on your planet Earth with your knowledge in the believing that it will work eternally. And this is a big mistake.
Welch wichtige Worte. Können
this
Sie
is a big mistake,
Können Sie dazu, zu dieser Verbindung, universell, kosmisch, als auch mit diesem Planeten Erde, dieser terrestrische Planet, also diese feste Materie.
Yes.
dazu etwas auch noch sagen, vor allem was die Verbindung anbelangt, dass wir das ja immer wie exkludieren, im Grunde genommen. Wir probieren hier unten auf der Erde gewisse Sachen aus und dann also das eine funktioniert und das andere nicht und da ist die Annahme hat sich dann gezeigt, aber wir kommen wie nicht weiter, weil die Interventionen ja eben kosmisch.
Yes, and this is just to tell you, you know, you're building rockets and you want to explore with your satellites. You want to explore, you know, what's going on. So you have nice pictures in your world, but now you know the cosmic energy, the frequency are changing and are not giving you the right. Let me say the right pictures anymore, or are not giving you pictures anymore at all, or are transforming, you know, that you don't have the satellites are working. So this intelligence is like, what are you doing with this intelligence? So you are confronted with what you sent up into the universe, and now it's not working anymore, and you are like, you want to make you visible as human beings on other planets. Now also these planets are just changing the routes. This is very important. So, you know, through this cosmic intensity of work which the cosmic is doing, and this, you know, and this meteorites and, you know, everything, you know, the structure of what you know as cosmic or universal planets is changing enormously, and it will not deliver you the informations you wanted. But this is good because it is that you understand why that it is the cosmic frequency are always changing, always moving. And it's not to comfort human beings in their believing, or now I can just do this. And it is it changed all those millions of years and will change also in the future. And that you understand that, you know, you need to, let me say, it's like the download of these informations to understand what is going on. And it happens that the download is not working to you because you want to do the better download into a physical force and technology, but that will not work. You need to have the download on the frequency level and in this high speed level, because the informations you have are already old in a second in your world.
Richtig. Das heißt ja auch energetisch überhaupt empfänglich zu werden, also sich zu entwickeln, wo wir wieder bei dieser Bewusstseinsentwicklung angekommen wären, über die, das ist die Nahtstelle und die einzige Möglichkeit, um dort hinein sich überhaupt entwickeln zu können. Weil die Natur tut es so.
Yes, nature is working on frequency. Nature is working and transform itself in frequency, and it transform itself into what it is, the cosmic energy. It's like the cosmic plan, which is like giving down Earth the inputs.
Richtig.
And when you have the cosmic plan, and this cosmic plan is not a plan that, you know, with many pages, it is constantly changing, renewing, putting in remote. You need to understand all this. It's like a different language, and you need to understand this language.
Genau.
And to understand this language is not something
heißt
which
sich einfühlen.
Well, or be in that process, you know. We talked about that many times. So this is like, you know, giving you the chance to have the informations, but the informations are not, you know, you think to put it, you know, in a locket or lock it somewhere, you know. These informations are there for everybody, and these informations are working if you like it or not. These informations are always downloading, and what you do as a human being in your earth, it's like sometimes in a while you can get like a download which makes you that you understand a little bit more on physics, that you understand a little bit more on mathematics, but this is just always a few, let me say, like a ray of something, but you need to understand the whole thing. You need to be in that very high frequenced world to understand what is going on and what's happening, because it's not, only the cosmos. It goes into every cell in your human beings, not only on planet Earth, on what is nature, because you as human beings are also nature, but it goes into that. And if you want to understand how you say it in your world, sicknesses in the future. You want to understand why people just get deformations or things like that. You need to understand the cosmic the cosmic informations.
Ja.
This is because
die erleben wir ja. Wir erleben sie, wir bekommen sie wirklich hautnah mit überall. Und ja, natürlich sind wir entsetzt, wir sind zerrüttet, wir sind zutiefst verletzt. Es ist erschreckend, was alles in so kurzer Zeit mit so einer Naturkatastrophe passiert. Aber wie gesagt, wir dürfen lernen, damit auch zu leben.
Yes, es
klingt makaber und vielleicht auch ein bisschen fast sich darüber erheben, das meine ich im Gegenteil, sondern sich damit zu verbinden.
Well, I need also to say that human beings, since the evolution is taking place on planet Earth and took place also on other planets, it is a steady going on and going further. And this steady on and going further is also that you right now, or just a community of visitors of planet Earth. And you are a community of visitors, and some visitors you like, some visitors, and some visitors you don't like them at all. And this is like what's happening also now in the future, in the upcoming weeks and months. Some visitors are not well received, And you need to understand that in that information, the world will just say, well, so I need a little bit of recreation on that place, and I need a little bit of cleaning up on that place, because it is like, this kind of visits, I didn't like it because they just destroyed me, destroyed my house, let me say it that way. You need to understand it, or just see it a little bit different, and you are confronted with things which are you are not pleased in things, but you need to understand it in the view of planet Earth as your as a guest house, and so you start to understand what is happening, and to understand also your behavior differently. And your behavior is, let me say, it's not that. We don't say you don't have to do this and that. With the knowledge of frequency, you understand what is going on, and there are do's and don'ts you never would do on planet Earth, on the soil, with your water, with your air.
Yeah, richtig.
And this is important that you understand that. And you need to understand also that many elderly and very ancient tribes in your world, communities, they had this understanding, and they valued planet Earth differently. And it went on for many periods without technology. So technology, once again, it's not your solution for the future, not at all.
Ja, ich kann ich sehr hören. Und das ist tatsächlich so, also die Wertschätzung der Natur, die haben wir gänzlich, zumindest in unseren westlich orientierten Ländern, aber auch im östlichen heutzutage, komplett verloren. Die überhaupt Beachtung, wie die Natur unsäglich intelligent mit den Ist-Situationen sich verbindet, also eine solche Inklusion lebt und äußert gleichzeitig.
What I need to say as well, human beings use the orbit, use the universe as bringing up, let me say, unexpected and a little bit, I would say, like visitors which are not well received.
Yeah.
So there's lots of, let me say, attitudes of these instrumental forms of visitors, which are not pleased to be there, you know. And it's just to tell also that many instruments will like fall out and will not work and will, you know, they are just there for nothing, because through this cosmic step into this higher frequency, they will just not deliver informations.
Es wird nicht funktionieren, in keinster Weise. Yeah.
So this is like, you know, prepare, that this is like something, that's why I'm saying it, you know, technology will not resolve your problems. And will not, you know, it's like a small period of having
von einer Entwicklung.
From a processing time into the future, yes.
Ja, richtig. Und wie das immer ist mit Entwicklungen, die können wie so zu einer Hochblüte aufgehen, aber irgendwann wird sich das eben auch wieder
it goes down, or it goes,
so ist, es muss sich wie lösen können, weil andere Entwicklungen genauso präsent sind. Genau.
And more than that, you know, you need to understand. And this
Heute
is
geht
also
es
like,
um einen größeren Evolutionsschritt.
Yes, but you need also to understand, you know, when you have these corn crops, you know, the information, so you just see a very nice picture, but you don't understand it. And in the future, you need to understand also the communication, and this is what we want to say. The communication was there, but you ignore it.
Oh ja, eben.
And just,
wir können es auch nicht mehr erkennen, aber das hat eben mit unserem Bewusstsein zu tun, weil wir auch in diese Richtung wie gar nicht mehr, ich sag mal, affin sind, nicht mehr geschult werden durch uns Menschen auch, also durch die Menschheit per se. Wir haben gelernt, ganz anders zu fokussieren, uns zu entwickeln, uns zu bilden. Und ich denke, dieser Dreh- und Angelmoment oder dieses Moment als solches, dort stehen wir und ja, es gibt viele Menschen, die irgendetwas wie fühlen, aber sie können es auch nicht artikulieren, sie können es wie nicht greifen, weil man sieht es nicht so direkt, wenn wir hier...
It will be like more communication for you, but it is also that without the knowledge of frequency, you can. It's just this other language or this foreign language which you can't translate to understand. Excuse me, the meaning around the information and the meaning of the information, and to understand also what to do with the information, because this is an importance in the future to undergo also problematic times, you know, and you have problematic times in your world, in your world history, about millions and thousands of years back, and also hundreds of years back, you know, and there will be also problematic times ahead, but there will be more, and we talked also about that in the upcoming 100 to 150 years, it will be nature which will be very it's like a speech of the nature, and you have to listen to the speech of the nature for the human beings. It's very important. More than that, you know, we will register in the future, but understand also, you know, that registration will not be always an easy thing, because you need to have other tools than to do it, and the tools are not the electrical or electronical way.
Richtig.
Yes, they are informations which are like, we want to give it to you, you know, you have this, let me say, wonderful, the instrumental touch of this with Funky Space is really to prepare humanity to open up, to the open up times coming ahead, and also for the next generations. So it's not also only you on Earth, there will be also other ones. And but it starts now, because you are also in the focus of it, and being in the focus of that timetable, you are also involved in it, you know, so that you understand also in what you are involved. It's very important to understand that,
Welch wahre Worte wiederum, weil sie nehmen mir im Grunde genommen die Bitte oder Anfrage an Sie wie bereits zuvor. Ich hatte gedacht, Sie anzufragen, wenn man in ein neues Land, in ein unbekanntes Land übersiedeln möchte und die Sprache nicht kennt, was ist der beste Weg, dorthin zu gehen, dorthin zu gelangen und sich dort auch heimisch, also verbunden zu fühlen mit allem, was dort eben anders ist. Angefangen mit dieser Sprache, die ich noch nicht spreche.
Exactly.
Und dieses Bild, das haben Sie jetzt auch schon so gezeichnet.
I told many times, exactly. It is really open up to these transformative times ahead, to this new language, to this new understanding, to this new, be introduced into something, you know, and you have the possibility to ask, you know, to understand and to ask frequency. You have the possibility. So when was it possible to really speak, you know, with this cosmic intelligence and to resolve, to get an answer of it, you know, this is something which was never possible that way, because as human beings you are not telepathic. This is something, and this is like, you know, a gift to you in your world. So I say thank you very, very much, and thank you, and be prepared, and good luck, let me say it that way, and hear and listen to us and to me the next time. So thank you very much. Bye.